What happens if Peter Quill, who was the Star-Lord of the main Marvel Universe, did not become Star-Lord, but instead became another protector of the cosmos, the Starbrand? In Quill's day-to-day life, working with NASA, he's always described as the biggest jerk by everyone. And everyone agrees that Quill should not be praised by anyone. Like, no one doesn't care about Peter Quill. But they didn't know that Peter will become a being with unimaginable powers. Because during the day at NASA, the scientists and the astronauts are recruiting people to help them go to space. Not missing an opportunity, Peter knocks anyone out who's going to take the final spot, and he's taking it by himself. But being the jackass that he is, he takes the ship from the crew and blasts it off to space. He doesn't know that he's going to witness a mysterious event will happen. Because a mysterious voice was calling him, that he's been waiting for him to come to space. It was the Sun Lord. The Sun Lord finally found out the man who would become the Star-Lord. When Peter wakes up in the Sun Lord's area, he's surprised to see an old man standing there, greeting Peter. He has been waiting for his new champion for so long. Peter is surprised to see an old man, but he knows that old people will die sooner or later. But how in the world is he still alive? The Sun Lord answers by saying, "I'm a cosmic being who can live longer than you, Peter Quill." He is surprised to see that a cosmic being in person, he just thought that a lot of cosmic beings will be like a tentacle freak, or other weird things that he sees in movies. But Peter gets a look at one of the items. A star that is crossed with a moon. The Sun Lord notices that Peter is looking at one of the treasures that he has gathered throughout his years. But Peter grabbed the object and he was ready to smash it. But the Sun Lord wants to try to make him the new Star-Lord, but not that. But it was too late. Peter Quill accidentally opens the safe jar, or it unleashes a new power. And the Sun Lord yells, "You unleash the power of the Starbrand." Quill asks, "What the hell is a Starbrand?" But the Sun Lord uses his powers to bind the Starbrand into Peter. And he was giving him the disappointing look. He was hoping to make him Star-Lord, not the Starbrand. But thanks to Peter's jerky attitude, he has now become the new vessel for the Starbrand. But Quill doesn't give any zero fucks about it, because he wants to test out his new abilities right now. So the Sun Lord tells him, go ahead, test him out, and disappears. But Peter was in outer space without a ship, but he's not turning into ice. He can breathe, and he's flying. And he started to realizing that because he belonged with the Starbrand, he became a cosmic entity. So he decides to take his powers on a new test drive by testing out its super flight. And he sees plenty of new planets he has ever seen before. Like so many of them. And it's crazy that he can do all of this all because of the Starbrand. But he has to. But the first challenge of him being a new Starbrand friend was that a group of mercenaries were trying to take away a lot of things from a bunch of aliens who cannot defend themselves. So Peter decides to go there and tries to test out his abilities. So he arrives at the planet, but the alien criminals were not fazed by his strange arrival from a man. And they shoot fire at him. But the Starbrand keeps him alive. Somehow, even though he has bullet holes, he learns that the Starbrand technically made him immortal. So he uses his new super strength to destroy their technology guns. And he sends them flying, but catches them at the nick of times and lays them out. And he knows that he can take advantage over the straight aliens from other planets to make them feel like he's a hero. But one day he encountered two strange individuals, the cosmic Spider-Man and the Phoenix Magic. They tell him that Peter, you're Peter Quill of this universe, but instead of becoming the Star-Lord, you became the Starbrand, right? But Peter Quill ignores Cosmic Spider-Man to try to flirt with Illyana, but Spidey's not the one to take that lightly. He throws Peter Quill out of there by telling you, did your mind ever tell you that to not get in anybody's spaces? and it causes Peter Quill to go into berserk. Oh, says you, spider freak. So both him and Peter duke it out with two powerful cosmic powers. Meanwhile, Magic is just watching the whole thing. But feeling she wants to join, she jumps in. In a few hours into their fight, Quill is on the ground, surprised to see that he's defeated by two different people. But Cosmic Spider-Man asks him to take his hand because they're going to teach him how to be an actual hero and lets him help them stopping an evil threat to the multiverse. But he needs a new name. They can just call him Peter Quill. So Quill decides to pick his name by saying, "You could call me Starbrand."